Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. I'm just getting started with a passion project combining refrigeration and ESP32 microcontrollers. This video is a quick look of what I've built so far using Home Assistant to track and manage a do-it-yourself refrigeration setup. It's still a work in progress, but I wanted to show you what's possible, even if you're just starting like me. So, okay, here's my Home Assistant dashboard. I got some temperature sensors set up, and I'm gonna scroll through these graphs so you can see how I'm managing my freezer setup, and maybe this will inspire you to maybe want to create your own setup with the ESP32. As you can see, I'm logging data here over time. I also got a relay connected to the ESP32 that controls the compressor. So in the top section here, you can see some buttons that controls the relay or the condenser fan or the evaporator fan. I also have defrost. I have and some other stuff here. If you're into refrigeration, you will understand some of these concepts. For example, right here in the first graph, it's a box temperature of my freezer. As you can see, it's getting warmer because it's in the off cycle. I have T2. T2 just means the evaporator inlet. So the gas that's going in the evaporator that's cooling the, evaporator outlet, I'm sorry, T2. So that's the how cold the gas is coming out from the evaporator. In other words, I call it a coil superheat, right? It kind of tells me that's just so I can know the performance. In other words, is the evaporator getting enough refrigerant? Then T3, I have it for, this is where the refrigerant starts to enter the compressor. It's called total superheat. That's the way I call it. And this tells me how far is that refrigerant going through the system, meaning how close it's getting to the compressor, because you don't want this to get too cold, because otherwise you could ruin the compressor. Anyway, that's T1. T1 is the evaporator inlet. T1 is when the gas first goes into the evaporator and starts to cool down the system. So for example, you can see how cold it could get, and in the off cycle how warm. This is the discharge the compressor discharge. This shows how hot the compressor is getting to some degree, or pretty much. So this is a temperature worth monitoring, just again, performance, safety, etc. Here I managed the duty cycle of the, not so much manage, this is the duty cycle, to see how the freezer is doing. How the on time versus the off times, in other words. And then I have some more information here. The on times, you see as they're changing live right now. This is all data. If you're into refrigeration and you want to learn exactly to some degree how everything is working inside the refrigerator, like all the different temperatures and all the different things, in other words, the dynamics of refrigeration, this is a great way to learn. And you could use the ESP32 to learn. I built my own freezer. I built this freezer from scratch, and I'm using the Home Assistant app and the ESP32 to be able to see this data. So here I got the superheat, the coil superheat, the total superheat, the compressor on times, so I can see how long the compressor is on for. The freezer temperature swings, so this tells me like the swings inside the freezer. That the average of that is probably like 12 degrees. But as you can see, it ranges from 0 to 24. I also measuring current. So for example, the compressor amps, like when the compressor first starts, I want to see how much is the compressor pulling, and also if it's failing to start. So this pretty much the graph here, the amps. It takes like initial 5 amps and then it goes down to like 1 amp. So yeah, so I just wanted to show you that, show you what's possible with ESP32 and ESP Home for refrigeration. Again, this is more for the person that is a passion project. So this is more for the person that wants to basically create your own system but more importantly, learn refrigeration. Okay, so thanks for watching. This is just the beginning. If this kind of stuff interests you, do-it-yourself automation, ESP32 projects, I love if you subscribe. I'll be posting more videos soon, and